Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a Saving a Disaster scenario playing as the Welsh in Medieval 2, the Britannia campaign. So he's doing very well in his campaign. He's only turned 22, and he's basically got England on the ropes and is about to finish them off. But over the end turn, an event is going to happen that favours England, where Edward Longshanks is going to return from the 9th Crusade with a pretty large Crusader army and launch whatever attacks he feels like. Because the game basically didn't expect the player to be able to conquer all the way to London by turn 22. And so when it doesn't adjust where he's going to spawn based on how much you've conquered. Even if it's no longer their capital, he always spawns right here over the end turn of turn 22. And yeah, he just wasn't expecting it, and we've been tasked with dealing with it. So I'm going to read out the email, get a bit of context, and then figure out what to do about it. So he says, "Hello Legend. So I played a casual Wales campaign, and I brought the Brits to near extinction." Okay, so just the thing to point in mind, that the Welsh are Brits as well. You brought the English to near extinction. But anyway, at the end turn, Edward will come back from his crusade and spawn southeast of Nottingham with his Doomstack. I have recently promoted a general with a small army right there. I tried to retreat, but to no avail. So rip that dude. However, this may present an opportunity to make an assassination attempt on him. If you can manage to kill Edward, at least my general can die without any regrets. Okay, so here's the thing. What if your guy here, this is the guy he's talking about, what if he doesn't die? What if instead the person who dies is Edward? Let's give it a shot. So Edward is unlikely to besiege London, and if he does, that works in our favor because that just gives us the opportunity to attack him. So this is our most vulnerable dude. You've already used up all of his movement. I'm not able to move him out of the way. So let's send some reinforcements over to him so that we can actually fight Edward. Now, we can see here that there's a river crossing, and that could potentially be a good opportunity for us to fight him, because Edward's army is not like other armies that you've seen me cheese in Medieval 2. We don't have tons of horse archers, or I don't have huge amounts of heavy cavalry, and we're not going to be able to just sit at the back of his forces and just shoot him with horse archers, right? So it's going to be a friggin' hammer to deal with, and it's just a matter of how much of an anvil can we produce so that it doesn't absolutely smash us. So I'm going to take this general over here, and we're going to hold on to this river crossing, because I think that is probably our best bet rather than a field battle, because his army is just going to be straight up stronger than ours, and also because he's such a good general, he's going to have 10 command stars, his units are basically going to be unbreakable. So we have to take that into consideration. And what we should do now is try to send every unit we possibly can to this position here. So everything that we've got in the area, there's no mercenaries. Alright, the infantry won't make it, but the cavalry will. So it's actually kind of lucky you had that ballista in your army, because it's slowing down your entire force. Because if you had gone any further out this way, then I wouldn't be able to send them over here. Now, cavalry are not great at defending a river crossing, but like I said, we just need everything that we can possibly get. So Llewellyn won't be able to make it. How much authority does he have? Good, yeah, so there's no risk of this army here defecting. Alright, so we've got bad public order here. We can lower the taxes, and we'll need to recruit a couple of troops there to make sure that he doesn't launch the attack. Because, yeah, if we leave it without a garrison, he can just take London back. But yeah, he doesn't start off with any artillery, so if he besieges it, then we can just send our army to go and lift the siege. Alright, over here, these guys won't be able to make it to here, but I could send maybe this Hillweir to this position so that he doesn't change his mind and just occupy the fort and do that. You've got some English forces sitting inside this fort. I don't know why you're not doing anything about it. We should try to do something about it. Let's have a look what you got. I probably wouldn't launch an attack on the forts in this, because we can't build new forts. It's just that these ones have existing, and they don't ever go away. But yeah, they exist at the start of the campaign, so you don't need to leave garrisons in them. Your ships should usually stay within port, that way they can't get attacked. I reckon if we send this unit here to besiege it like this, and then send them to stand here, they might sally out against it. Maybe. Right, so you're recruiting the Gwent Raider there. Just recruit, actually, recruit another one of those. It's good. And we need to recruit over here so that there's some garrison units in there. Is there any way for me to send some more troops over here? This guy can send... I can send him over this way. Looks like he's trying to leave a general at every city. It's fine. I don't think that's particularly effective, but, you know, do whatever you want. Because, yeah, you're doing fine with the campaign. Turn 22, you got a lot of territory. Alright, no, I'll leave... Actually, I'll send him to London. Yeah, that looks better. You shouldn't leave mercenary crossbowmen inside of a settlement's garrison because they're expensive. But at the same time, you're... if we put these units out here, then Longshanks will just go around and attack that. Draw us out to fight London, so we can't do anything about that. Alright, I think I've done everything that I can here. Let's just move on to the next turn and see how it goes. So, if you remember, there's like a frame or two where Edward's army shows up. So I'll just skip that, that'd be great. There he is. Now, he wasn't hiding there. He spawned in that location. And now, if you play as England, it happens for you as well. He spawns there. That's assuming you send him on the crusade, because I think it's optional. Alright, which army is he attacking? Okay, he's going for the river crossing. Cool. But is our cobbled together army going to be able to handle King Edward? If we have a look at him, he's got maximum command stars, he's got high amounts of chivalry. So yeah, breaking his units is going to be practically impossible. So, what else has he got in there? He's got Knights Templar, Armored Swordsmen, Templar Sergeants, Templar Crossbowmen, I think there's yeah, they're long-range armor-piercing missiles, and Longbowmen. And I think our one archer unit is like a medium-range archer unit, so we're not outranged by them, and also doesn't have access to the sharpened stakes. Turn this one here off that. Alright, we're outpowered 2 to 1. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Glory to your name, sire! We attack!
It's very screwy with the loads there. It's just with the audio, it's no big deal though. Alright, so let's organize this a bit first. Let's see, I'd rather this be a bit more organized. Hang on, I'm trying to organize it by type. All good. And then, because yeah, you can't just move these around in Medieval 2. Okay. Yep, I'm happy with that. And then, I reckon we use our spears over here, get into a skill trim pretty much straight away. Because it's really good at holding a defensive position. But what we want to do is actually create a bit of a dick and balls, dick and ball formation. But basically, hang on. What we want to do is create a bit of a gap so that our archers can shoot into it without much friendly fire. Okay, move them back a little bit. I'll need to make sure that our general stays close enough that these guys here aren't going to run away, because I think this guy's got a decent amount of chivalry, but 3 command stars compared to 10. Alright, definitely don't be in skirmish mode. Alright, so let's see. What I'm trying to do here is catch them so they fight us in this area here, but basically create a kill zone where their shields aren't going to block the missiles. Rather than trying to shoot over their heads, yeah, just shoot into a kill zone. That's what I'm hoping, at least. But if they start to pour in through here, then the cavalry should charge in on them. That's what I'm thinking. And then, what I'm hoping with our reinforcements, because they'll show up from over here, we'll commit those cavalry once their cavalry have committed over the river. And yeah, we close them in so they just don't escape. And if all goes well, we'll wipe out their entire army. There'll be no escape for them. If it goes well. The thing is, we kind of have to kill Edward as early as possible in order to have any chance of breaking them. Now, it looks as though they're actually not going to use their missile units to shoot. They're just wanting to get across on the other side here. So that's going to be a big advantage that we've taken away from them by doing a river crossing battle. So yeah, this guy's here, hold your position. Actually, you don't fire at will, just stay put. You don't have that much ammo, and it might be best if we wait until the cavalry commit. Yeah, see how they're in melee, and they're not pushing any further. That's good. Edward Longshanks fought a dick and ball formation from the Welsh in Nottingham or whatever. Yeah, dick and ball. I can't use that as the title though of the video. Literally is dick and ball formation. I call this formation the phallus strategy. Tactic, whatever. Alright, look at they really want to commit. That's fine, that's fine. It's only Templar crossbowmen. They haven't commit them yet. I don't want to send our guys over here just yet. Waiting for them to commit. This way. And I need this one here to move back a little bit. Why aren't you shooting? Skill trims are so good at holding positions. Alright. Start to bring them in over here. I don't think this guy's going to make it in time, but just get over here anyway. Look at that, they're all eager. So far, we've traded very well, because they're not using their missile units. Alright. Alright, now we commit, and you need to be shooting at the general's bodyguard. Wait. Just hold it. Just wait. Not yet. Alright, fuck it, we're going in. We're not going to get much of a charge in there. But yeah, fully commit. Here we go. You get back. If you die, we're fucked. This guy dies, it's not that big of a deal. So commit him as well. But yeah, I need to get this one here shooting it. Maybe get over here on higher ground so they can shoot over their heads a little bit. But yeah, the dick and ball formation, that's over now. Now, if our cavalry hit them in the rear, they're really trying hard to push across now. It's going to cause them massive casualties. Make sure that we shoot at Edward. And yeah, they are fighting to the death. Not getting good use out of them, they're just refusing to shoot. But we've arrived now. Hit him in the rear. And this means that there's no escape for them. Good, they're shooting now. Good, just want to make sure that guy there is staying at the back. But still, their morale is completely unbreakable. Like I said, in order to win this, we have to kill Edward. Okay, you guys, he's turned around to try to lift us from the rear there. We can shoot him in the back.
General's bodyguard, home, you spineless women.
Where is he? There's only 5 men left in his bodyguard, but I can't see exactly where he is. There he is. Alright, all the cavalry. Oh my god, our cavalry's wrecked.
Lord have mercy, we've lost half of our men.
Gonna need you to commit as well now. God, Edward's fucking us up. Bloody legendary lords.
The enemy king
and he's down.
dead, slain by our gallant warriors. warriors. Attack.
And then the remainder of his army, whole 30% of them, there's nowhere to escape. So we got him.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's time.
Alright, we don't need to shoot them any further. So yeah, that gives you 5 turns worth of reprieve from Edward Longshanks before he respawns. I'm just kidding, this isn't Warhammer, he's dead forever. He failed to get to level 20 and get immortality. I'm sure those of you who watch this video that aren't fans of Warhammer can appreciate those jokes, but you probably don't even understand what the hell I'm talking about. I thought I told you to stop. Oh, right. Yeah, telling them to stop outright isn't enough. You gotta tell them to not fire at will either. So if we've captured 96% of them, that means these forces here have been wiped out, as long as we don't ransom them off. Which we could. I mean, Edward's dead anyway. It's not like you're rolling around in cash. And, you know, we lost nearly half of our army here. So,
the enemy are
let's see.
vanquished.
So yeah, our total casualties, 41%. None of our forces ran.
The mightiest of generals.
But yeah, I think the river crossing made a big difference in our survivability against that army. Right, if we ransom...
A wise choice, my lord. We'll pay. Yes, please, my lord. No, please, my lord. Reconsider.
Yeah.
Yes, my liege will be sure to pay.
I'm really actually not entirely sure. I might ransom. No, I'm not. Come on, as if I'm ever gonna do a ransom. But legend, the chivalry. Nah, it's fine. He'll be fine. So the rest of his turn should be fine. Okay, they also didn't sally out in that other location. So that was somewhat unexpected. You could just keep the siege going, because they'll just starve out in 2 turns if they don't sally out. But yeah, assaulting that will be sort of unnecessary in terms of casualties. You will suffer a fair bit. And if you just starve them out, then you will suffer much less. Yeah, if they come out to attack, you'll be super easy to deal with that. Especially because you've only got 1 unit of infantry here. Well, obviously I'm the one that did this. You could send more over there and build siege equipment, but like I said, it's only 2 turns. Not a big deal to starve them out. Okay, so let's have a look over here at your ranking compared to England. And yeah, not so good for them. So your campaign can continue its steamroll forward, and you don't have to worry about Edward Longshanks anymore, because he is out of here. Cool. Well, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learnt something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.